Hello everybody, my name is David. Today's video, the energy of comparison. It takes the opposites and put them against each other. It causes the repelling. Remember, we're all magnets. This is why law of attraction is the main law. We're attracting our life. But we're repelling. We have the ability to repel as well. So let's get into this. The yin and yang. If we start with the yin and yang energies, as you look at the black and you look at the white, and the black being negative, white being positive, and you say they have the ability to be opposites. You see? And that's the key to the yin and yang, is understanding that they are opposites. But now understanding that they also are connected. This is why the little circles, and you see that the different colors bleeding into each other. They are connected. They are one. Now, black represents negative, negate of color. White represents all of the color. Do you see how they work? So they go through the whole color spectrum to help us understand that everything is included between the connection between both of them. From no color to all of color, all the colors are in the relationship between both. Does that make sense? You see, so here we live in a world with two. And if you look around, there's a lot of opposites. Up, down, left, right, sick, healthy, poor, rich, male, female, so forth. There's just all these idea of opposites. And what I've learned is we can take those two opposites and do exactly the same thing. We can see them as opposite of each other and compare them. Now we compare black to white. We compare all color to no color. And then we lose and compress all the different colors in between where they flow together. Do you see? Or we compare sickness with health, poor with rich. And as we compare, we crush. Because that's what comparison does. Think about the idea and the energy of comparison. It turns the opposites against each other, and it compares each one of us to another. You're watching your favorite actor, and you wonder why you're feeling down, because you're comparing your journey to their journey. Or you're comparing your money to someone else's money. Or you're comparing your body to someone else's body. Or maybe you're comparing your body compared to where it used to be. Or you compare what someone said compared to what another person said. Do you see? This world is full, is it not? Full of these two energies comparing themselves to each other, the opposites. Now, this is impossible because there's only connection and there's only one. This is why it's so important to say there's source. There's one source, one God, one presence. You see, one. This is the yin and yang moving back into the wu ji. Do you see? There's only one. There's only one. So the two become one. Now, how do we create the idea of the two becoming one? Well, simply by understanding to move up is to let go of down. Could you be afraid of heights if you didn't know there was a ground? And could you be do you see what I'm saying? You're up on the mountain, but the only reason you're afraid is because you know you used to be on the ground. I used to have anxiety. And that anxiety was rough. Anyone have that idea of agoraphobia? If I went far away from my house, I'd feel like this. But it was because I was comparing it to where I used to be. And once I realized that, I was like, oh, it's the energy of comparison again. If your business is doing well, but now it's not, it only feels bad because you're comparing it to where it used to be. Can you see? If your right arm is hurting, it's only because you're comparing it to your left arm that's not. And sometimes we don't even know we're doing this. It's this comparison. We're taking the yin and yang energies and comparing them against each other and creating confusion, chaos. Think about negative emotion. Love is a connection between two things. Oh, I love, I appreciate, I am enjoying. Can you feel the merging together, the connection? But I am frustrated. I am angry. I am sad. Can you see? Frustration, anger, the two are not working together. They're pushing against each other. Sadness, now one's actually lost and gone. You see? It's always about these two energies. Everything is about these two. Now, why about this two? Because let me fill you in on a secret. It's about you and your source. The limited perspective and the broader perspective. Everything represents the two of you. Isn't that cool? Why is it so cool to know? Because let me ask you a question. Do you really believe your source, your higher self, is comparing itself to you? Why would source be comparing itself to you? Why would God compare himself to himself or herself? Do you see? And that's what we need to understand. There's nothing to compare. There's nothing to compare. And as we recognize, if there's no comparison, then there's only a giving and no taking away. Comparison takes away. It takes the two opposites and pushes them against each other. But love and appreciation and positivity brings them back together. So we can switch them and bring them now flowing together, moving together. Do you see? Now, Jesus would say in the Course of Miracles, the idea of the ego is to create a comparison, to create separation. But separation is an illusion. So he says it's an illusion. That which is real can never be threatened because there's nothing to threaten it. If you're real, there's nothing to compare. There's nothing to be threatened by because all of this in this world is you. It's all flowing to you, all being given to you from your holy self. God realizing more and more and more of God and awareness becoming more aware of itself. You see, that's the idea of what we call non-duality, of really learning that it's all one. But that which is real is not, it doesn't exist. So comparison doesn't exist. And that's all you need to know, that when you look out there and compare, you're comparing two things that are not real. You cannot compare the past to this moment now because there's only one moment. All you do is take the past, merge it into this moment, and make the moment the past. Do you see? So the mind, bless its heart, right? That body mind, that outside mind is trying to compare itself to everything. And it's creating quite a mess, hasn't it? Quite a mess inside of our mind, inside of our energy, inside of our feeling world. And it's creating negative emotions through all of this comparison. And now the two are pushing against each other. But can I help you understand that they also have the ability to connect together? And now you have two worlds, one on the lower end of the spectrum that seems to be against each other, fighting and fearful and worried, two things that are opposites. And on the other end of the spectrum, that higher frequency, they're loving each other, flowing together, giving to each other, aligning with each other. But these two are creating two completely different worlds in your experience. You are the creator of your experience. You can certainly look out there and create with the energy of comparison, can't you? And put the yin and yang against each other and create fight or flight responses in the body and then have that experience. But it doesn't make it real. Because you also, in order to have that experience, and this is important, you have to then look at your higher self as not giving to you and compare yourself to your higher self as well. Compare where you are to where you want to be. Compare where you are to the greater part of who you are. Do you see what I'm saying? Oh, I'm this part. I really want to be this part. That's a comparison. I'm poor. I want to be rich. Your higher self is that rich part of you, and now you're looking at the poor part and comparing yourself to it. Can you see how dangerous this is? This comparing? Because now you've turned your energy back against yourself, and now you push against your higher self. You push against your dreams. You push against your desires. And you slow the energy of the moment, because the moment is just the breath. It's just the flow between you and your higher self, isn't it? Come on in, allowing, flowing, moving with the universe, moving with that higher, broader perspective that we are. And now we're crushing it with the energy of comparison. I'm slowing the moment down by using the past or by using the future or by using other people, by using different experiences, you see, in order to crush the moment. That makes sense, doesn't it? But we can switch it back over. Driving down the car and you switch into a different gear, you see. No longer are you going in reverse, but now you want to move forward. You see, you switch it. And when you switch it, now all of a sudden they come together. And where does that happen? In your mind, by recognizing, is comparison true? How can you compare and there's only one moment? How can you compare the one when the one is the all and the all is one? How can you compare when everything is that which exists? There's only one. That's why I am. I am. Be still and know that I am. Jesus said, I am. I am the presence of God. One presence. Be that presence. Recognize that that presence is in everyone. Everything. Therefore, there's nothing to compare yourself to. And now, if you don't compare yourself, you will receive from everything. Everything will give you something. If it's someone reflecting back something that you don't like about them, instead of comparing yourself to them and trying to change them or trying to judge or attack them, you'll see yourself in them and say, I see myself in them. How can I let go of that? That's what forgiveness is. I see myself in their actions. I know what it's like to be them. That's making me angry. Why am I angry with myself? There's only one. There's nothing to be angry with. The more I'm angry with them, the more I'm angry with my higher self. I recognize this. I need to switch this energy. How can I release this? A belief that's telling me that we are different. That's what it is. It's a belief that's saying there's something for me to compare between you and I. And there's not. So therefore, I will let go of this belief and allow you in and forgive you and recognize you are on your journey and I do not have to see what you believe you see in you in myself. I can see myself still as beautiful and see you as beautiful, knowing you will find your way, that all is well, that there is still only one. There's still only one. Therefore, there's only loving thoughts, only positivity. Why? Because loving thoughts calls this the move. You see, the yin and yang was designed to help us understand that we were comparing. So that way we can stop comparing and recognize that they are all one. But the black and white was designed to let you know that black and white will never mix. They have to go through all the colors. So you have the ability to move back into positive from negative, but they are not in the same place. Therefore, when you create with the energy of comparison and you give meaning to the world from comparing, you create a whole nother world that does not exist when you give the meaning of love. This is why Jesus said God is love. This is also why he says you're serving two masters. And those two masters will never meet. Ever. They're oil and water. They never mix. And the more you recognize that, the more you recognize you're literally living two lives. One when you're comparing and one when you're not. You see? And the more you recognize that, the more you will let go of only one thing. That's it. Only one thing needs to be let go of. The idea that these two energies can be compared. Recognize sickness and health is not a comparison. If you are sick, then you are not receiving health. There's nothing that can make you sick. Only the act of not receiving health can make you sick. And once you get that, you'll never be sick. And now, here it is, a point in between the yin and yang energies. You are that point. This is the real meaning of the Trinity. And you get to decide where you go. Are you going to go to negative and go back into comparison and change all the things in your life and see everything different than yourself? Or are you going to move into positivity and connect and flow and see everything as yourself? These are the only two decisions you will ever have. And they create two completely different worlds. And you get to decide. This is why you are the creator of your experience. No one else is making this decision for you. But it comes from an illusion, an understanding, a truth that there is no such thing as comparison. Once again, how can you compare one moment? How can you compare one source? And the more you recognize there's nothing to compare, then you breathe in the in and out, which, by the way, are not comparing. They're flowing together. You recognize the heart, the blood is coming in and coming out. They're not comparing themselves. They're flowing together. The right arm is moving with the left arm. I can assure you in Tai Chi, they are not comparing themselves. They are flowing together. And you let go of this ridiculous notion that the two can oppose each other. And you let go of the ridiculous notion of opposites. And when you let go of opposites, now they become one. And everybody becomes a reflection of you. Good or bad or in between, you allow it in, you recognize it, and you let go of the negative and you embrace the positive, which is the only truth of your being. And from there, momentum will flow. From there, your attraction will start coming in because now you're attracting your life. You're no longer comparing it. The past will let go. There will only be this present moment, only this oneness, and you and your source will live happily ever after. And I assure you, you will be able to receive it and connect to it in a much, much more powerful way. Thank you, guys. Take this with you. As always, it is my passion and pleasure to share this clarity with everybody. I hope you're able to receive it in the greatest possible way for yourself. Hit the like button if it speaks to you. Otherwise, subscribe. Keep the comments coming. We are all in this together.